All right then, we are now on to building this beautiful fountain here. Now, I really like this, and in some ways, I get why it's a ruined fountain because we're in a war zone, and the whole story is that they're trying to reclaim destroyed areas. On the other hand, I love that it's just kind of the way that it's been broken apart, and I could honestly seriously consider like using some like water resin to make it look like it's only just been smashed. So kind of like it. I would like a complete version of this. I would absolutely love a complete version of this, so that it would could have like a real living, breathing city. Regardless of that, I am gonna pop this thing together. So we need to start with the smaller part. So that'll be the chest, and we're going to start off with, let me just get this in my head, 10, 11 and 12. Now I have noticed that there's little G's on these. I assume that's because it probably comes from a larger kit originally. There we go. So probably why those little letter G's are on there, because it's like another sprue inside a far larger kit. Whether or not we'll get sprues from the rest of the kit at some point, so we've got the complete terrain set, that would be great. And where are we now? 11 and 12. This is this part over here. 10 and 11, sorry, I've already put 12 out. So quite an interesting bit. I love terrain. I think obviously it's always a unsung hero. I do like building my own terrain as well. I think there's sort of a satisfaction when you create a terrain piece and it looks good. I like to make my own trees. I keep meaning to do a video of how I go about making trees. I'll get around to that someday now that I've got a better quality camera. The only problem is doing trees, it can be a bit of a long process, so I don't think you fancy watching me. I'll have to, for hundreds, well not hundreds of hours, but far too many hours. So maybe the best option on that one on building trees is to, make the video and then voice over on a significantly trimmed down version. Okay. And I think that will work out. Yeah, it's just I like making trees. I use the clay over wire method, though there might be I'm still looking for a better material, but so far clay is my go-to material for trees because it's nice and robust. I've tried things like milliput, but it just takes so long to sculpt, and at least clay you can add more water, make it more malleable, and glide over the surface. Okay, now I've got to clean this up. So these are going to stick together, and it's obvious it's going to kind of pop into here. So let's get these two dried together. Dried together? Glued together maybe, not dried together. The curse of the super hot day strikes again. God damn it, we need to get on top of the environment, and without putting too fine a point on it, us down at the bottom of the pile, we shouldn't be the ones who are having to get our act together. It should be the people at the top who start pulling the weight. I was drinking, I'm all for saving the environment, I'm all for tackling climate change, but it should be the people with all the private jets who damn well make up for all the destruction they cause. Right. rant then. Anyway, yeah, I'm fed up with the heat. I'm fed up of it being too hot, and I'm fed up of feeling like no matter how much we do, the people who are causing the problem aren't fixing it. Right, 13, 14, there we go. Rant over, I'm not going to do that hopefully again. Two sides of the chest. Right then, so let's get this right. We've got the hinges in the lock. Now, yeah, so you can see where the carry point is. That's pretty obvious which way around this goes. I'm trying to keep my glue off this because I know I'm going to end up dripping a bit of glue onto this and being really upset because I've got my nice new cutting mat and I'm trying to keep it fresher as long as possible. You can see sometimes you slip and things I know where they shouldn't be. Right, nice little feature this, I like it actually. Would make a good little, I'm sorry, would make a very good D&D. Or, you know, D&D piece that's quite good for that in general. Right, 15, which is the top of the chest. Now, gonna do it open as it shows on the instructions, but I'm sure it could be closed if you feel the need. And I'm sure if you've got a bit of patience, I have no doubt you could probably even I'm trying to do this just right, because if I don't do it right, I'm going to take off one of the studs that's around this. Right, let's make sure I'm getting this on the right way then. So yeah, I'm sure it could be open or closed. I think it's just personal preference, but I think I'm going to go for open. The thing about open is there's less points of contact to secure the glue. Could even build a hinge onto that, taking time, you know, so you can open and close it, and then if you're really bored, put some teeth in there so it's a mimic. Right, there we go. So that's first little bit done, and now we move on to the main fountain. So we're going to get out number 1, and then we're going to get out number 2. So that's the main base of the fountain, and then this part over here. too many points of contact. It's just a pain to get them all out. So let's just double check where this goes. So yeah, well, it should be pretty obvious, but there we go. The smash part of the fountain lines up with the other smash part of the fountain. Opportunity to bond while I get number 9s out. So number 9s are like these little decorative parts. The problem with little decorative parts like this, you're going to get your clippers as close as possible without causing damage, and I hate this. So I just tend to find it's best to cut them out close enough to begin with and then trim it down later. to have had one bounce off somewhere. There we go. Right, so these are going to kind of clip on. Now let me just check here. So no, this is going to be difficult because it looks to me like each one of these, it's going to attach around the fountain. Now my worry about that, let me just check here. Okay, good, yeah. So I was worried that they were flat on the back, but they do have a slight curve. Just trying to get that perfectly straight now. It's going to bug me if I don't get it perfectly straight, you know that. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to do that and see if I can. Though the thing is, using my thumb as a benchmark is probably not the best approach because I've got a sliced thumb. So there's no possible way that I can put my thumbs like this and even get them, use that as a perfect straight, but it's close enough. Right, so far. Last one. Oh, I don't know. It's like, of all the times that they mould things to the model and then just this one little bit they decide not to mould it. I don't know. Maybe it's so you got a choice of whether or not you actually want them on. But there we go. Right. Now we start heading up to the fountain itself. So got 3 and 4. 5 and 6, which are the sides of the bolt. Right, let's just check this. So I think smaller one looks like it goes on this side, larger one to this side. Does not want to stay on. Okay, now we're gonna put this little interesting little orb. I'm gonna assume it's some kind of celestial thing, because you got the twin tail comet showing up on it. Twin tail comet that always heralds the coming of Sigmar, or of great portents of doom. Or in Warhammer Total War 2, or Total War Warhammer 2, however you say it, a Skaven crazy contraption. There's my next one that I'm thinking about, you know, like how are they going to deal with the Skaven with the old world coming back, because I don't think they've really updated the Skaven. So again, they're going to be two forces that are almost identical across the old world and Age of Sigmar, and I'm just not certain how you're going to be able to differentiate between those two forces. Maybe it's something they'll do further along the line. See, it's not like demons where you expect them to be the same. The Skaven, although they're agents of chaos, they are not demons, they are mutants. So I wonder how they're going to deal with that. Right. Let's get this in place. So towards the bottom of it, there's definitely like a little clip. Yeah, that's right. Oh well, I'm sure Games Workshop have a plan, and I'm sure some races they're just going to accept replicate across both worlds, just no real control over that, and others they'll just kind of try and, you know, fit in. Right, I'm definitely not getting that the right way around, am I? Let me check. There we go. Right. And then this part, you're going to go at the top. There we have it. So we've got our fountain and our treasure chest all completed now. Quite a nice little bit of terrain to mark out what is going to basically be a destroyed town, I suppose. It'd be nice if we had time to actually build an entire town of this stuff, but never mind. Hope you liked that video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next.